Hello everybody and welcome to the video. Today we're doing another video where we determine if a monster is a must fuse, right? We've done this with Xiongfei and Gopso. Both units have their own uses. One unit I think is more useful than the other, but at the end of the day they do have uses. It's just what we're trying to determine is if it's a must fuse. Can you go your whole account lifespan without ever fusing it and be completely fine? Or are you really just missing out on a really terrific unit? I think those types of questions are the ones that we actually want answers to. Because obviously, like a unit like Riley, Riley's really good. I mean, she's a good unit. But is she really that big of a difference? I mean, when you look at her kit, while it's a very impressive, it's an impressive kit, it's not exactly it doesn't seem like the craziest unit. But you never know until you actually use it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go over her skills, maybe like the changes in stats and art and all that stuff. But we'll go through that. Go through potential rune sets, when to fuse this unit. Because there are some units that you fuse first. And then there are some units that you fuse later in your account life. So we'll go over all that stuff. But let's get into the skills. Okay, so the first thing that I want to point out is the stats, right? Now, I'm not going to tell the difference between the unawakened and awakened stats. That's something I just didn't pay attention to before awakening her. But, two, it's just like, this one it displayed correctly. Because, of course, this is level 5, this is level 40. The thing that you can look at, though, is the base speed. Because base speed, it doesn't increase as you level up. It either increases when you awaken, or it just doesn't increase at all, right? So, she goes up 1 speed, which I guess it's fine. But, defense, her base defense is not that bad. 714. It's pretty good. Base HP, again, pretty good. Her stats overall are what you would say pretty decent, right? she's average in a world of Joes, right? So, that's pretty nice. First skill. Totem Magic attacks the enemy target and recovers the HP of an ally with the lowest HP ratio by 15%. The damage and the recovery do go up when fully skilling her up. One thing I want to point out for new players, if you're looking at this on determining whether or not you want to fuse her, you need to take notes, right? It's one thing to know is when you're picking a healer, just in general, right? Whether it be Fraun, Lulu, Riley, Veligil, not Veligil, you could, whatever. Point being, when you pick a healer, you want to know what their healing is based off of, because that could determine whether or not that healer works for your team. Alright, so we'll make two connections, right? Riley and Fraun. They're relatively the same somewhat. Some of them have their own uses, but Fraun and Riley, I would say, are almost kind of similar. I mean, they heal. They have a cleanse, immunity, attack buff, just in different ways, right? But their healing is different, right? We all know that Riley's is based off of HP ratios or percentages, and Fraun's is based off of her own attack. So with Riley, sorry, I'm adjusting. With Riley, it's like you might bring her for a more tankier team or a team that has good runes. So like when you're in RTA or Arena, it's like that's probably where you're going to use her, because your units that you're bringing into those fights are probably well runed or decently runed at least. And you're not bringing the most squishy units ever like Crow, where Crow can probably be one-shotted, versus if you just bring a different unit entirely that could benefit off her healing. Though, not to say that she's a bad healer for them, it's just there are better options. So I would bring Fraun onto a team that's very squishy because she can bring high heals, right? But her heals are fixed dependent on her attack, versus Riley, it really all depends on the HP ratio of the unit that she's healing. So for Crow, 15% of Crow's health is nothing, right? So, let's say if, what is it? Her best heal is this. 30% of Crow's max HP is not going to be that much, right? But with Fraun's skill, where she heals on her third, it's probably going to be a much more, it's going to probably be a bigger heal, if you know what I mean. It's just something I want to point out. Not that that really makes Riley look any worse. It's just, maybe think about that when you're picking a healer. Maybe. Skill 2. grants immunity on all allies for 1 turn, and it can be used every 3 turns when fully skilled up. Skill 3. She has 4 skills, god dang it. Skill 3. Valiant Boar Soul removes 1 harmful effect, so it's a single buff cleanse, and recovers the HP by 30% and increase the attack power for 2 turns every 3 turns when fully skilled up, and the recovery does go up as well. Last skill is Grassland Tribe Totem. Stacks 1 totem whenever you're attacked by a target during the enemy's turn, or use a skill during your turn. Becomes able to use the skill when you stack 3 totems. Recovers the HP of all allies by 20%, increase your attack power for 2 turns, and grants immunity for 1 turn when you use a skill, and the recovery goes up when fully skilled up. So, essentially, let's be honest, one of the best supports. I mean, tons of healing. I mean, she has healing here, here, and here. So 3 different chances to heal. Immunity here, attack buff, and a cleanse here. Not too bad. Now, when I first looked at this, right, when she first came out, I was like, she isn't that great, right? There's a large amount of people, including myself, where I was like, why use her? Why not just use Lulu or Fran? She's an upgraded Lulu, yeah, but she's not too crazy, right? And that's before I thought, and other people started building her, right? And they obviously built her on the same set that you use everybody on, and they built her on Violent, right? And on Violent, she's crazy, right? Tons of heals, tons of immunity and attack buffs. I mean, think about it like this. Yes, this skill right here is probably the one you look at and you're like, okay, this is the most meh skill ever. Grants immunity on all allies for 1 turn. It can't even be 2 turns, just 1. And then you think, okay, well, when she uses this, she gets a totem here. If she gets attacked, she gets another totem. It only takes 3 totems for her to get this stacked. And then she will spam this. She will spam this. Her AI will spam it. And then you could spam it when you're in RTA or Arena, whichever. So, you're just constantly with an immunity or an attack buff or some sort of healing, right? Versus Fran, it's fixed. I mean, you could still Violent with her. But it's like, this is just an insane amount of like refreshing. It's like you're always getting an attack buff or an immunity or a heal from somewhere. But I think it's best to just show you the build. So let's go to Riley's build. Okay guys, so here's my Riley. Pretty decent stats on her. Look at her. She's dancing. She was dancing. 33,000 bonus HP, 544 bonus defense, which is pretty decent defense, pretty decent extra defense, 108 bonus speed, which is not that bad considering her base speed and then the set that I have her on, and then 71% resistance, right? I point those specific stats out because when I told you guys, when you build a monster, think of at least 4 stats that they need. Even if it seems like, oh, but this one only needs 2, or this one only needs 3, it's just like, think of 4 that they potentially could have, right? With Riley, you look at her skills and it's not really, her skills aren't really based on anything. I mean, her heals aren't based off her HP, it's based off of the allies' HP. Her skills don't do anything based, I mean, she could do more damage, you could throw attack on her, but I don't think you really need to worry about that with Riley. Riley's busy keeping your team alive, make your team do some work, right? But, she isn't really based off of anything. She doesn't need any specific stat, right? I mean, theoretically, you could build a Riley based off of attack, crit rate, crit damage, and she could work. I'm not saying to do that. It'd be crazy if someone actually did that, but she's not based off of anything. So, of course, as a supporter, you want her to be fast, so she can actually do what she needs to do. Tanky, so she can't die in 1 hit, and probably a bit of resistance to make sure that she's not just getting debuffed and stunned the entire time. A supporter who's just not doing anything and is busy being stunned half the time isn't that great of a supporter, is it? So, of course, the 4 stats that you want to focus on her: speed, HP, defense, and resistance. She doesn't need accuracy. For some reason, she's got some accuracy on her. Crit rate, crit damage is not needed. Attack is irrelevant. But those are her stats. You can see I skilled her up in these, this is where I felt like it's important to skill her up. Skill 1, I'm not planning on, I don't plan on going any further into it, unless it rains Devilmons one day, and then I might, but I have so many 5 stars that need Devilmon, I don't think she'll see or touch another Devilmon ever again. But, Awakening. She awakens into some resistance, so that's not bad. So my resistance doesn't seem as impressive. But as a beginner, try to aim for speed, most importantly, and then HP. Speed, HP, defense, and then resistance. That's the order you should go. I think she needs to be fast. She needs to be able to take turns. You want her to take turns specifically because of this passive. And it's just, you want any healer to take turns. If your healer's just not moving, I don't think they're that great of a healer. But I digress. Let's look at her runes. So, obviously I have her on Violent Energy. You could go Violent Will. Violent Will is obviously the endgame build for just about any unit. Reason being, Will will prevent you from getting stunned before she takes her turn, just in case you get outsped. And then Violent being the best because it allows her to take extra turns, which will help proc Grassland Tribe Totem more. Plus, who doesn't like taking extra turns, right? I think Violent goes on about everything. In the beginning of the game, though, you can go Swift Energy. Speed, HP, Defense, or Speed, HP, HP is generally where you want to go. I managed to make up her defense and her substats. So these are grinded out. I don't know if I can grind this out any. Ooh, I can. I don't have the mana. Dude, I just got done messing with my Vertiheal. So, come on. One more. Daddy needs one more. Okay. We'll get the speed. We'll get the speed. I need to see how this changes stuff. 115 speed and 608 bonus defense. This works. This works for me. I'm not going to be any more greedy. But as you can see, I've tried to aim for all the important stats. Tons of speed, tons of HP. Crit damage shouldn't be there. If I could continue to farm runes, eventually I get a rune that kind of looks like this, but doesn't have the crit damage. Innate accuracy, I can't really do anything about that. This one looks pretty decent. It went into accuracy. Again, I could find a better one, but slot 2 speed, we don't really have too many of those. This one is perfect for her. The innate doesn't matter, but flat HP, HP percent, speed, defense percent. This one looks pretty good as well, except for the crit rate. God damn it, could you convert? Flat HP, I could throw flat HP in there. Oh, I can't, because I don't have mana, because I'm poor. I'm a poor boy. This one looks pretty decent. Again, the accuracy shouldn't be there. This one looks perfect. This is kind of what you want her runes to look like. Again, Swift Energy will do the same thing. So she's pretty fast for a unit that doesn't have Swift. What we're going to do is we're going to go into a couple arena fights. Just a couple arena fights. I don't really care about bringing her into PvE. She's good in PvE, obviously. Amazing in TOA. But I think the most important place to use her is arena. So that's where we're going to go. Let's go to arena. Okay. Don't judge me. I'm scared, okay? I'm scared. I don't like arena. I'm so scared because this isn't PvE, man. They're gonna own me. Watch this. Bam! She takes the hits, but she takes the first debuff. So, Grassland Totem. We'll do this. Veramoss will cleanse. Whew, okay. Veramoss won't cleanse because he doesn't need to. Gosh, I'm so lame. Can y'all stop moving, please? Stun everybody. We stun most of them. This works. Cleanse, heal, the typical. We don't even need to really do anything for you. We need to reduce your attack power. I'm aiming for Pasamith last. Last thing I need is him proccing when they're already doing so much. Grassland Totem. Did I mention Grassland Totem? Guys, you want to know what I had for lunch today? I had Grassland Totem for lunch today, okay? I eat Grassland Totems like you for breakfast. That's lame. I'm such a lame. Let's kill her. Kill her. Let's brace ourselves. Do this to you. No, we won't do this to you. I lied to you. We don't really need to buff attack power. Boom, boom, boom. I think Darien really saved us. Darien really saved us. I don't care about cleave teams, right? I think Arena is probably like the last thing I think I'll ever focus on Summoner's War. Dude, that is so scary. I hate Arena so much. Okay. You guys will be here for my thought process. So, first thing I'm already gonna tell you is that I'm gonna go with wind. Heavy, 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 heavy. Wind and water. I don't know. Can I bring you? You're not. He's probably not built correctly. You guys can judge me. I don't care. He's built to do nothing. I don't know what he's built for. I built him on. Okay. I built him with some accuracy, with the ability to land some of his stuns, and just generally be able to take some hits. I mean, 803 defense, almost 9k HP, 1000 attack to do some type of damage. I don't have too many units, do I? Whatever. I wasn't that good of a player, anyways. We'll you know what? We're gonna keep running it tanky. We're gonna run with her, Jade. Jade, baby girl, you need to do some work. So, 100% resistance. 100% resistance. 15k or 15k. 50. I wish it was 15k. 1500 defense. I think she might be able to do her job just a little well. And then we need our water unit that could potentially take a hit. I don't think you could take a hit, but we might just run with you. You're okay. Oh, God. May God help our soul. Let's try this. The Arena stresses me the fuck out. Oh, we outsped. Immunity. No damage. Let's decrease your attack and defense. I don't want you here. Never mind. I don't actually want to decrease your defense. Anyways, I will stun y'all, though. And, we'll just proc the revive as fast as we can with, what is her name, Nana? And then we'll take no damage for, like, the next 10 minutes because of the shield. Grant attack power. I knew that they were going to aim for the water monkey. Let's do this. So, we'll proc that. What about we defense break you? Why don't we destroy you first? Oh. Okay, they're about to finish her off. Let's do this. So he dies. And then we'll do it again. And then he'll do that. I think we're doing okay. We're doing okay for ourselves. We're eating good, right? I'm actually gonna eat some chicken after this. Violent procking, right when I need you to. I promise you my violent procs aren't this good off camera. This is actually the first time I've seen my Riley proc in like 2 weeks. So she's just putting on a show for y'all, but I promise it. Dang! You know you're supposed to build your Vanessa very tanky, right? If I knew your Vanessa was that squishy, I would have just killed her from the get-go. Okay. Tanky, defense. You can't touch us. There was not one moment of this where I didn't think that we'd live. And we still have the shields. Boom, 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 boom. Stun. Which it won't really stun. Because she likes to cleanse everything. We're not taking no damage. I don't plan on taking damage today, okay? This is my own challenge. No damage day. How about that? Says me in the last fight where we took like 30,000 damage before we even got our first turn. Okay. Moving on to the next fight. All these are just like gags. Okay. Let's try this. I don't know how we're gonna do it. A chroma. Immunity against all harmful effects. How about this? Okay. Where is... I mean, you won't be that good, but I want you for your speed lead. I want you... Not for you, though. So... Okay, you... Gosh, man. I'm not that good of a player. I'm not good at PvP. Do you consider this PvP or would you consider it PvE, since at the end of the day there's still not a bot behind it? I want a level of security though. Can we still bring her? We'll still bring her. How about that? So we're still on mostly wind. We're not... We're fast enough! We outsped! Yes! Okay. Hell yeah. Oh, this won't do nothing. Ooh! I need to give Cocky a raise. I didn't know my Cocky was that decent. Bam. Shablam. Maybe I should do arena more. Maybe I would own an arena, would I? Nah. But I'm owning this motherfucker right now. I'm owning this motherfucker. Like, do some damage. Here, I'll let you do some damage. Not with her, though. I'll kill her. But do some damage with somebody else. Real quick. Here, do some damage. Do something. I don't know. You can die, though. Here, do damage. Do damage. Come on, fight back. Put the fight back meme over this. Me in editing. Fight back.
Fight back, nigga. Fight back, nigga. Fight back.
Fight back. Okay, we outsped. Holy fuck. Okay. Do we do one more? We'll try one more and then that's it. That's it. Okay. Instantly. We'll go to this one. We'll go to this one. I don't know. Dude. These motherfuckers are gonna be annoying, man. I can't. Ugh. I can't think. We'll bring you. Because you're gonna be fun. You're gonna strip. And you're gonna be annoying. We got fire. Less. Bless. Impress. We'll do this. And we'll bring Trikaru for whatever reason. Yeah. We'll bring the Ikaru. We're gonna lose. Yeah, I didn't expect to outspeed. That's just a little disappointing though. Okay, well, I'm gonna go watch a movie. Okay, never mind. We got a turn. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go and watch a movie real quick. Just throw on some YouTube shorts while I sit here and do absolutely nothing. Oh my gosh, okay. Did I put on the immunity? Why did I do immunity? Let's stun everybody. Okay, we stunned one person. Which it was important to stun that one person. But they procced out of it, which is fine. We'll remove harmful effects. No more stun. This works. We'll strip you and stun you. Okay, we stripped, but we didn't stun. Can I control my fire panda next turn, maybe? Oh, please. Please. Please! Oh my fucking gosh. Are you, like, some of y'all are violent. Do something, man. Like, 3 of y'all are violent runes. Why aren't y'all proccing nothing? Oh my gosh. There's no way we still win this, right? I mean, I'll try. I'll try to be a good sport about it. Stun. Whoo! There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. I don't really need to do nothing. We'll do this. Boom. We'll stun you. You're the problem, child, right now. Let's see if we can defense break you. Give everyone an attack buff. God, no. No. We're tanky. That's why we brought tanky units. I didn't think we would be able to do it with just squishies. Gosh. This is the most stress I've ever had. I've been in pretty stressful situations, man. I drive on the road with the stupidest people known to man. But this is stressful. I'm glad we're landing our stuns. He never lands a stun off camera. I need to record my fights more often. Strip everything, please. Oh, Monkey King. Monkey King. Not just a monkey. Except she has everything back again. Y'all just make me want to jump off a bridge. Stun you. Stun everybody. Yeah. Strip and kill. Strip and kill. Oh. Okay, defense break. Immunity. Just to show you, Riley can work her way out of anything. Let's kill you. We don't want you there anymore. You're part of the problem. Problem numero frickin' uno's still alive, but we got you handled. We'll do this just to stun the other ones, because you're going to die anyways. It didn't stun a single soul, but we're thriving. Okay. We actually made a comeback. This is freaking stupid. You're dead. You're stunned. Except you proc... So you was just holding that back this entire time, wasn't you? That's not gonna help. Oh. I'm so tender. Stop. Does he have destroy on, this mother effer? Come on, we went... Dude, we worked so hard for this. Don't do this. Riley proc. Oh, heal. Oh my god, heal. He's out healing us. We won't actually do anything. We lose. That Monkey King was the only help we potentially had. We lose. Okay, I'm calling it here. We lose. Fair enough. You win. I destroyed the rest of your team. I count it as a victory. Even though the game doesn't count it as one. That's it. Okay, so here we are back in the monster box. And we can finally answer the question that we asked in the beginning of the video. Is Riley a must fuse? Before I give you my answer, one, I don't like half answers at all. It's either a yes or a no, right? Most of the time. In my opinion, it's either a unit is good or a unit is bad, or at least the unit's okay, but must builds, right? Point being, I don't like half answers, and I'll give you my truth, right? I'll tell you, hey, I like a unit, or hey, I think this unit's bad, and whether or not the community agrees with me is an entirely different thing of itself, right? And I'm not going to change my opinion because the community, right? So, if you were to sit here and be like, oh, Belladon is the most insane unit ever in the world, and if you disagree, you're just a dumbass, it's just like, I'll be like, hey, if I think she's not that good of a unit, I'm going to tell you that I don't think she's that good of a unit. Belladon is a good unit. You get my point, right? It's like, I'm not going to agree with you just because you're the majority, or you're the minority. I'll give you my straight opinion, right? But this time I'm going to have to give a half mixed answer, right? If you're asking if she's a must fuse, yes and no, right? Dependent on your playstyle. If you're like me and you're PvE oriented, no, she's not a must fuse. You could go your whole life without ever using her. And the reason I say this is because Riley is absolutely cracked in PvP. When you pair up with some violent runes, she just goes insane. tons of immunity, tons of attack buffing, and cleansing, and healing. It's absolutely nasty. And I'm sure you guys have faced your fair share of Rileys in the arena, and it is probably one of the worst parts of a defense to face off against. I mean, when you face off in the defense with Riley in it, you either aim for her or you don't. And either way, you're going to have a hard time. If you don't aim for her, she's going to violent proc and just heal the enemy team up tons, unless you have a proper counter for her. If you aim for Riley, the rest of the enemy team, their damage dealers and all that get to live, and Riley gives you a hard time anyways. I mean, you could see in some of these fights that they were gunning for my Riley, and my Riley was just like the tankiest. It's just like, imagine Riley with just like the biggest muscles. It's just like, that's what Riley is, right? Just this tank. She's a beast. So, in PvE, or PvP, she's crazy. PvE, you don't really need that. The requirements for PvE are much lower. So, you don't really need some crazy unit, especially a healer, for it. I mean, in any field, she can pretty much be replaced by free units, right? You're like, okay, well, her heals are amazing. Lulu has amazing heals. My Lulu's garbage, by the way. But Lulu has amazing heals. I mean, tons of cleansing, by the way. So if you're here for a healer / support, I think Lulu's got her beaten, right? Tons of cleansing, 2 skills, even if one single target, but tons of cleansing, and not just limited to one debuff. He can cleanse all debuffs, heals, immunity on 2 skills, and essentially has the same type of healing that she does. If you're looking for an attack buffer, Fran has got her beat, right? Immunity and attack buff on the same turn as well. Plus, a better heal for squishier units. So, either field she can be beaten. Though, I'm not saying that she's bad. She's still good, but there are just other units that just might do her job better. And she has so many skills. It's like, when you go into PvP, or PvE, like Giants, right? You want the immunity and the attack buff all in one turn. You do. Because if you buff the attack of your allies, cool, but you might get stunned in the wave, or you might get defense broken. It'd be good if you had the immunity, but if you have immunity, you're losing out on attack power, so your runs are longer. It's just better to bring Fran, right? But in PvP, where, you can really go with either one, and you can make a more, is it diverse? Is diverse a good word? Decision. It's just like Riley's better. I think Riley's better. I mean, you've seen the fights. Riley is really good. We don't need this type of unit in PvE. Now, if you do use her in PvE, she will work. She will do a good job. I'm not denying that. It's just there are better units. So why go through the trouble of fusing it if you're purely PvE, right? I mean, she will be pretty good in like places like the Water Rift Beast or the Wind Rift Beast, if that's what you're looking for. But it's not a necessity, right? It's like Fran will do her job just as well. Other units will do her job just as well. I mean, if you think of any PvE area to bring her, there is going to be a better unit. But if you think PvP, I think there are very few units that do just as good as a job as her, right? You bring Fran into PvP, she has a very simple kit and can pretty much be owned bad. I mean, base defense is garbage. Her attack is about just nearly the same. Base HP is lower. Speed is the only thing that she's got on top of her. But, my Fran is actually not that bad, actually. Okay. I have to make sure that my Fran didn't look ugly. But, point being, if you're PvP oriented and you're trying to aim for the arena and you're trying to climb and you're trying to do all this guild content, hell yeah. She's a must fuse. Make her your second or your third, in my opinion, third fusion. If you're PvE, she can wait till either third or fourth. But overall, I like this unit. I think you should fuse her. She's not a must fuse. If you're looking at this and you're like, do I need to fuse her this early on? No. You have you have units that do just as good. You don't really need her. She's like an optional unit, but a good option at that. So I'll leave it there. I don't want to keep dragging this video on longer than it has to be. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something, or at least had a good time while watching the video. I don't know. But I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Really good on Violent. Really, really good. I love her on Violent.